Now we've added significant noise to the environment. As you can see here, we're ranging anywhere between 48 and 78 decibels of noise. What we're going to do is we're going to switch to the meets. We're going to stay quiet and see how much is canceled, and then we'll continue with our audio test. Let's go and switch. Now in today's video, we're taking a look at the Shokz OpenMeet headphones. And these are unique headphones for Shokz because we're frankly used to models that looks something like this, right? That wraps around the back of your neck. And this is the first time that you're seeing something that goes over your crown like this. So in today's video, we're going to do a EBPMAN style call quality and audio test. We're also going to take a look at all these features because these are the ultimate headphones for office, either in the office or from home. Matter of fact, if you're in your car, these are going to be great too because they have fantastic battery life. So we're going to put them to the test. We're going to use the call quality test that we do, or we're going to bring in a whole different type of noises to see if these perform as well as some of the other products that we've seen from Shokz. So let's get right to it. Now the Shokz OpenMeet headphones are unique. You could see them as I have them on. This is the very first time that we actually have headphones like this that go over the top of your head. Matter of fact, when I first got my hands on these several weeks ago, I actually started wearing them like this because guess what? I'm used to wearing them, and I was like, wait a minute, these are falling off. What's going on with this? I've never experienced, headphones that don't fit well, and it was because I was wearing them all wrong. They're actually the type that go over your head just like this. So it has a unique, I would say, fit, right? And experience. And I have to tell you, it doesn't just end with the overall, I would say, how you wear them, right? It's not just the wear that's different. There's a lot of other things too. But let's talk about battery life for a couple seconds. First of all, you're looking at something that's going to give you 14 hours of talk time. And I think that's absolutely spectacular. It goes far beyond your normal workday. Also, it has 15 hours of listening time. Now let's face it, a lot of us spend time on the phone listening in Zoom, Teams, Google Meet, whatever situation you're in or whatever video conferencing solution you're using, you may spend a lot of that time just listening. And if you're, let's say, doing school remotely, this is also something that you'll be doing, listening to lectures. So this is going to get you through more than a day. The other thing that you have is in the event that you're able to, let's say, extinguish the battery, which I don't think you will, but let's say you forget to charge them and you need to charge quickly because you want to be able to use them. 5 minutes is going to give you 2 hours of battery life. And I think that that's absolutely spectacular when it comes to, again, quick charging. Now, these don't sound like any Shokz product that we've had before. Again, I have been using the OpenComs for quite some time. I not only have two, but I actually have one in the car, and I actually have one in my bag because I carry these with me all the time. So we're used to bone conduction type headphones that basically press on the side of your cheekbones and then you're able to hear what's going on while still hearing everything that's going on around you. Well, these are a little bit different. These actually have 11 millimeter by 18 millimeter drivers. They also have this low leakage sound technology. It's called LeakSlayer 3.0. They also have premium pitch technology, which helps you have a better audio experience than you ever did before. Matter of fact, this is the cool thing about these. As we take a look at them, and I have them on, you have two forms of audio delivery that are taking place when you're wearing them. One is the traditional bone conduction that you see right here. Two is directional audio being shot into your ear. So if you think about a lot of those open ear headphones that are out there, or earbuds, especially those that come from Shokz, where they rest in the opening of your ear and they point audio in, these are doing the same thing. So you have two audio sources. Again, the bone conduction, and then you have that pointed directional audio that's coming in. Now that's going to give you, it just doesn't sound like a traditional Shokz product. That's the only way I can put it. But it still gives you the benefit of being situationally aware. So if you're visually impaired and you want to be able, it's a must to be able to hear everything that's going on around you, but then also benefit from an audiobook or be on a phone call, these are going to be great for you. If you're using these in an office environment, they're going to be great for you as well because you're going to hear everything around you. Now, they're not going to give you privacy because that's not what these things are designed for. They're not having active noise canceling and active isolation where you basically disappear into nothingness. This is about being aware of everything that's going on. Also, having something that's fatigue-free, because if you suffer from headphones that basically give you a lot of like sweat because of the pressure or they're uncomfortable, these are going to be good for you as well. Now, they also don't suffer in the mic area, right? So we do have our mic. So you can see it has a boom mic. And basically it has two mics and it has CVC technology that's going to cut out 98% of the noise. And we're going to put that to the test in our audio test in a couple seconds. They also have Bluetooth 5.4. And the whole thing about the Bluetooth feature is that it is multi-point. So you can have your laptop and your phone connected at the same time. Matter of fact, you also have some other connection options, USB-A and USB-C, and you're going to see that in the kit. Windows, absolutely supported. Mac as well, Android and iOS as well. And there's an app correspondent to each one of those operating systems. So what we're going to do next is take a closer look at the OpenMeet, deep dive and take a look at the features, and then you'll see why I'm so excited about these. I will tell you that if you're used to something like this, the wraparound style that they have, this does take a little getting used to because you're just not used to having something in this side. But I'll tell you, they're super duper light and they just work, right? It's just different, especially from a company like Shokz. So let's go ahead and check it out. Now, one of the things about the product that I really like is that they come in a great crush-proof case. I really, really like the portability and the crush-proof nature of this case. This is something that, again, is going to be easy to travel with if you were basically going on a business trip, or if you want to have this in your backpack, easy to carry with. I would say even in a large purse, you could put this in a purse as well. I'm going to go ahead and unzip it so we can see what's inside. And then what you're going to be greeted with immediately is some accessories, right? So I'll share with you what's in here in a couple seconds. We're going to move this over to the side. But what you have here is a couple things going on. First of all, you have your headphones, right? This is what they look like. And you see I'm wearing a set on as well. It also then comes with one of two options, either a USB-A or a USB-C dongle. You can see that dongle right there. For those of you who want a close-up, that's what it looks like. And that's going to be connected to your PC. It will work on your phone. It will work on your iPad. It works on all those devices as well, so that works. It does have a USB-C cable here that you can also access. And then what you also have, as we take a look at these, we'll go ahead and put it over to the side. The one thing that the case does not do is it does not charge the headphones when you put the headphones in the case, right? It's just a storage case. It looks like it charges because it's so cool looking. But as we move this over to the side, there's a couple things that are in here. And basically what you're going to have in this area are some gel pieces. You see this right here? So these pieces right here help with the fit. So you're going to notice that on here on the side, can you guys see that right here? And we'll see it on the piece right there. It basically is going to add some cushion so that you could get a more firm fit when wearing these. So you have medium and large here, and they're Velcro based, right? So let me show you where they are. So this is what I'm talking about right here. This is what basically goes against the sides of your head to help you get more secure fit. So let me show you. This is the one cool thing that I'll say about these is that, check that out. Ultimate flexibility. These are super duper flexible. And pretty much there's really not much to these except that they're airy, they're lightweight, and they're kind of like a combination between standard headphones and they have some retro in them. And what I refer to retro is that some of the retro headphones or older headphones had the wire exposed, and they gave it that kind of look so that it was between, I would say, modern and also a little bit retro. I kind of appreciate that look. The other thing that you have is here on each side, you have these little rubberized pieces that actually sit on here on the side in your cheekbones. So you can see that on mine on each side. And that is the bone conduction piece, right? Now, in addition to the bone conduction piece, what you also notice is that there are mics here, or not mics, speakers, right? So what's going to happen is in addition to the actual piece right here that's giving you that bone conduction, you have the speakers that are giving you directional audio as well. And that is, I'm telling you, super cool. It's what I've been enjoying. I've been kind of like Florida says, these don't sound like bone conduction headphones. They sound like bone conduction plus, because you're getting, again, the bone conduction audio, and then what you're getting is the directional audio at the same time, right? So that is super cool, right? So you get that audio coming in, and then you also then have the bone conduction on each side. Now, over here you have your boom mic, right? And then you have this multifunction button that allows you to play, pause, answer phone calls, that kind of stuff. And then you also then have here a USB-C charging port. So super flexible. And as you can see, I'm wearing them right here. This is what they look like, right? You don't have anything behind your neck. Everything is on top. And I'll tell you, I've been using Shokz for a very long time. It does take some getting used to, right? The one thing as I was talking to the team at CES, I said, one of the things I always loved about Shokz is that they never messed up my hair because they went on the back. So, I've been wearing these before this recording for about 5 hours. Let me take them off. And it doesn't look like I have any kind of dent in my head. So I like that, right? So I can put them on and they don't seem to create, kind of like that dent in your hair. It's the little things that matter, right? So that's one thing I'll highlight. So let's talk about the audio experience. Audio, bass, mids, and highs are present. They're kind of like a combination of the open fit type where you have that directional audio, and then also the kind that actually supports the bone conduction like what we have right here. So you get a more fuller experience. You do hear bass, you hear the music separation. They don't compete with each other, and you could actually perceive the bass. But once again, the one thing that any open ear product will suffer from or can't compete with is the ones that are in your ear, right? Because that is focused, it's directional. But at the same time, those could actually damage your ear. Many cases, I get folks that will ask me, hey, how loud can they go? And typically it's because people are already suffering hearing loss. That's just what's going on. So these are going to be great because, again, they're better because of the fact that they're directional and they're also bone conduction. And then also you have like your mic here that you can flip up, flip down to be able to on a phone call, and they're pretty cool. So let's go ahead and go into the call quality test, and then we'll take a look at the app and some of the options that we have there. Now next we're going to do a call quality test of the OpenMeets in a quiet environment. We take a look at our decibel readings. You're looking at anywhere from 20 to 25 decibels of noise. Let's go ahead and switch. Now this is what the OpenMeets would sound like in a quiet environment. This is a test, 1, 2, 3. This is our test. Next, I'm going to add some wind. Now this is what the OpenMeets would sound like with wind in the environment. This is a test, 1, 2, 3. This is our test. Now we've added significant noise to the environment. As you can see here, we're ranging anywhere between 48 and 78 decibels of noise. What we're going to do is we're going to switch to the meets. We're going to stay quiet to see how much is canceled, and then we'll continue with our audio test. Let's go ahead and switch. Now this is what the OpenMeets would sound like in a noisy environment. This is a test, 1, 2, 3. This is our test. Now if you're wondering what they sound like with an infant crying in the background, this is what they're going to sound like with an infant crying in the background. Now if you're wondering what they're going to sound like with the dog barking in the background, well, this is what they're going to sound like with the dog barking in the background. If you're wondering what they're going to sound like with the doorbell ringing in the background, this is what they're going to sound like with the doorbell ringing. You look at me like I'm crazy when I shut my feelings out. You look at me like I'm different. Still you stay cause you feel something real. Get so lost in my moments. Doesn't mean I don't need you. I fell in love with your colors. They kinda tell me what I'm thinking. Babe. Now let's take a closer look at the app and see all the features that we can configure. So here you can see your actual headphones, you see your battery life, you then see that you can have different EQ modes. One's focused with standard, one's focused on vocal. I have mine set to vocal. You have your multi-point pairing there, and then what you have is your notification settings. You can also go into call settings and you can have a busy light indicator on. You can have focus mode as well. And the focus mode, well, in a call, with a device, if your headphones are connected to two devices, what's going to happen is it's not going to switch. Now, one of the things I wanted to highlight here on the boom mic, there's actually a mute button that you can press. When you press it, it just goes on mute. So that's something that is pretty cool. And you'll notice that there's a mute reminder right there in the bottom. Now, in addition to that, you could go ahead and upgrade the firmware. So, that's pretty much what you can do. There's some other configuration options that you can do when it comes to firmware upgrade and things of that nature, but it's pretty straightforward when it comes to overall experience. And remember, at any point, you could just raise the mic. So here, if I want to mute it, I press the button right here. I can also, just tuck it away. So if I'm having lunch or anything like that, or eating something and I just don't want it in the way, I can do that as well. Now, one of the things that I'll mention is that the actual fit of this can be altered, right? So as I've been wearing it, at times I've noticed that they could fall off if I go like this. And that has been because I don't have the right foam piece. And these little foam pieces on the side, you know, again, as I mentioned, they come off with Velcro. Listen to this. Let me go ahead and start playing. Hear that? So they're Velcro pieces, and you can see them right here. So all you have to do is pull this out, switch it with the right Velcro piece, and then you're set to go when it comes to the actual cushion. You can add more cushion so that it, you know, has a firmer fit, but it's not going to be tight. Like, it's not a vice experience. I don't know how to explain it, but they have kind of like these, you'll notice how it shines right here a little bit. It has this grippy texture that grips to your skin if you're bald, or to your hair, which is, it's just interesting, and it's a little bit different, but extremely comfortable. So guys, that wraps up our review of the OpenMeet. I've been a fan of Shokz for quite some time. We've been using their products here personally and for business for years now, and I was super intrigued when I learned about the Meets. And I think that those of you who need headphones for business, you're going to like them a lot. Great battery life, great call quality, and also great fit. See you in the next video.